Okay, students. So like I was saying, we have another assignment and our second assignment is going to be on paragraph writing. Today we have this discussion session for you to clarify any doubts with regard to the lesson that we did on paragraph writing. As I said, I can speak in English and in Sinhalese, but my Tamil is not good. So if you need any clarifications, please feel free to drop your questions in the chat box, or you can switch on your mic and you can speak to me. පුතේ අද මේ discussion එක තියෙන්නේ අපේ ඊළඟ assignment එක paragraph writing වලින් තමයි තියෙන්නේ. මට සිංහල ඉංග්‍රීසි දෙක විතරයි කතා කරන්න පුළුවන්, තමිල් බෑ. ඉතින් ඔය ළමයින්ට ප්‍රශ්න තියෙනවා නම් chat එකේ දාන්නත් පුළුවන්. නැත්නම් speaker on කරලා mics on කරලා මට කතා කරලා ප්‍රශ්න දෙන්නත් පුළුවන්. Okay? So is it given marks? Yes, we are giving marks. Yes, it is the second assignment and the marks will be added to the final exam. How many marks will be given, that I'm not sure. Okay, I don't know the amount of marks that will be given. It might be a quiz or it might be a writing assignment. You might have to write an assignment, or yes, it might be a quiz. So 21894, you have asked whether it's online. Of course, it will be posted on LMS. So through LMS only you will have access to the assignment. Okay, so sometimes like the previous assignment, you might get 20 minutes to complete it, or yes, you might get a week or two to write a paragraph. Those are the two options that you might get. It's an individual assignment, it's not a group assignment. The deadlines of the assignment will be given to you. The assignment will be given in July, but I am not sure of the exact deadline. Just give me a second, I'll find out and let you know. Okay? The assignment will be given to you in July, and your coordinator, Ms. Vishwara, will let you know the exact dates, the amount of marks allocated, and the deadline. Those will be informed to you by Ms. Vishwara, right? Madam, do we have question paper for BCC in final exam? Yes, you have a final paper for BCC 1340. හරි මම එහෙනම් දැන් ළමයි අහලා තියෙන ප්‍රශ්නවලට උත්තර සිංහලෙනුත් කියන්නම්. එතකොට අහලා තියෙනවා මේක අපේ ඊළඟ assignment එක පුතා. ඒක තියෙන paragraph writing වලින් ඒකට ලකුණු දෙනවා. ලකුණු කීයක්ද දෙන්නේ, assignment එක කවද්ද දෙන්නේ, සහ deadline එක කවද්ද කියන එක මිස් විශ්වාර ඔයාලගේ coordinator ඔයාලට කියයි. ඒකේ එතකොට ආයෙ ළමෙක් අහලා තියෙනවා මේකේ ලකුණු ෆයිනල් මාක්ස් වලට ඇඩ් කරනවාද? ඔව් ෆයිනල් එක්සෑම් වලට මේ අසයින්මන්ට් එකේ ලකුණු අපි ඇඩ් කරනවා. ක්විස් එකක් වෙයිද කියලා අහලා තියෙනවා. ක්විස් එකක් වෙන්නත් පුළුවන්. සමහර විට ඔයාලට පැරග්‍රාෆ් එකක් ලියන්නත් වෙයි. ඒ දෙකෙන් තමයි තියෙන ඔප්ෂන්ස්. හරි is it online කියලා අහලා තියෙනවා. ඒතර අසයින්මන්ට් එක සම්බන්ධ විස්තර අසයින්මන්ට් එක හැමදේම අපි දාන්නේ LMS එකට. LMS එකෙන් තමයි ඔයාලට අසයින්මන්ට් එක බලා ගන්න පුළුවන්. ඒක ගැන විස්තර ඔක්කොම බලා ගන්න පුළුවන් LMS එක හරහා. ඒතර මේක group assignment එකක් නෙවෙයි පුතේ. තනියෙන් තමයි කරන්න ඕනේ. ආය අහලා තියෙනවා BCC 13:40ට end exam paper එකක් තියනවාද? ඔව් end exam paper එකක් තියෙනවා. So there is a question, madam, when the marks release on previous CA. So students, that is also a question that Miss Vishwara can answer, your coordinator. So I'm writing down the questions that I am unable to answer, and I will inform Miss Vishwara, and she will let you know. Okay. So Miss Vishwara will tell you about the previous assignment and when the marks will be released as well. Yes, I wish. Okay, the question is, madam, can we have live lectures on every session? You know, we wish we could do live lectures because that's how we like to do lectures. The problem is, as you know, there are power cuts in the country, and because of that, we are unable to do live sessions. Otherwise, in our previous year, though it was online, most of the lectures were live sessions. But now this time we are unable to do so. Live lectures තියන්න පුළුවන්ද කියලා හතර පුතේ මේ රටේ කරන්ට් කපන හින්දා අපිට ඒක කරන්න අමාරු ගිය අවුරුද්ද ළමයින්ට ඔන්ලයින් තිබුණාට අපි ගොඩක් දුරට lectures පුළුවන් තරම් live කරා. යනකොට ඊට පස්සේ අපිට මේ ඒවත් recording වලට මාරු වෙන්න වුණා. Can't we write? No. Can't we write in Sinhala? Of course, no. This is an English paper. Okay? You have to write in English. Sinhala ලියන්න පුළුවන්ද කියලා අහලා තියෙනවා බෑ පුතේ. This is an English paper, so you can only write in English. The end examination date, that also we have not been informed, but of course you will be informed beforehand, right? Oh, most probably final exams will be conducted physically, which means that you will have to come to the university to sit. Final exam එක පුතේ තියෙන දවස මම හරියටම දන්නේ නැහැ. හැබැයි අන්තිම මොහොත වෙනකල් ඉන්නේ නැහැ. ඔයාලට කලින් දන්නනවා. හරිද? විභාගෙට බොහෝ දුරට ඔයාලට එන්න වෙයි. physically campus එකට එන්න වෙයි. Yes, PCC 1340 and PCC 1341 are the exams that we conduct from the business communication unit, and we meet only in the first year, first semester and second semester. Okay. I am not sure whether the end exam will be held in August, but you will be informed. Past papers, කොහෙන්ද past papers හොයාගන්න පුළුවන් කියලා අහලා තියෙනවා. So the past papers we have given them to the library, and I think you can get them from the library. If not, I will let Miss Vishwara know, and most probably Miss Vishwara will upload the past papers to LMS. Previous quiz marks, I will ask Miss Vishwara when those will be released. How many lessons will be available at exam? So students, we test you on what we teach you. What is difference between paragraph writing and essay writing? Paragraph is just one paragraph, එක ඡේදයක්. Whereas an essay consists of several paragraphs. That is the main difference between a paragraph and an essay. Yes, I think I will let Miss Vishwara know, and most probably Miss Vishwara will upload the past papers. I cannot tell exactly when the end exam will be held. ඔයාලගේ වාර අවසාන විභාගේ කවද්ද පුතේ තියන්නේ කියලා මට හරියටම කියන්න බෑ. ඒක මම නෙවෙයි තීරණය කරන්නේ. හරි? Ma'am, will the paper structure be same as the past papers? More or less, they will be the same. You normally get study leave, right? You normally get a 1 week study leave. So there is this question, ma'am, paper exam has 70 marks, quiz and assignment have 30 marks. Yes, that's how marks are allocated in our previous year, and I think that is how it is in this semester as well. So 70% of the total mark will be from your end semester exam, and 30% of your marks will be from your assignments. Will the exam be difficult? Of course, if you study, if you practice, exams won't be difficult. Are we done with all the lessons? I think there are some more lessons to cover, okay? Yes, I will upload this recording. We don't have summarizations. Okay, so some students want me to briefly explain the lesson once again. The best option for you student is to go through the recordings that we have uploaded. Normally, Vishwajit, it's 1 week that study leave. It's 1 week study leave that we give normally. But if the academic calendar shows 2 weeks, and if the faculty decides that you will be given 2 weeks, then you will be given 2 weeks. How can we improve English language? You have to talk a lot, you have to read a lot, you have to listen to a lot of maybe news, English news. So students, I just spoke to Miss Vishwara, your coordinator, and Miss Vishwara has said that she will get back to you with all the questions that I have not answered properly. Okay. For example, when is this assignment? When is the deadline? Those things Miss Vishwara will let you know. Okay. So speech students, you will not have a speech. You will not have a assignment on speaking, and we will not be testing you on speaking for the final exam. Not this time, okay, not this semester. So Rishma, I am here to explain about paragraph writing, okay, but never mind, I will answer your question. Madam, in the exam, when we write in paper, in letter writing, do we need to keep space between sender's address and the receiver's address? Of course, you need to leave a space. So, I mean, this is a general knowledge, okay? Imagine that you are writing a letter, and if you have the sender's address together with the receiver's address, it's going to be a problem, isn't it?
Yeah, look at these examples. Okay, we have a lot of different skills. So this is the topic sentence of this particular paragraph, and let's assume paragraph assume කරමු. Okay, so yes, again pasti kata picture chapter. Yeah, so then when you write, so when you write the topic sentence when you write this, now that බලන්න මේකේ මේ දෙකම you have both the parts are here. Now cooking requires a number of different skills here. This is all about cooking. This sentence is about cooking. කියන එක තියෙනවා. ඒකේ topic එක the topic. Okay, and cooking කිව්වහම එක cuisines chart තියෙනවා නේද? එක විදිහක් තියෙනවා. අපි cooking කියවම පාවිච්චි කරන එක දේවල් තියෙනවා. this is a very big topic. හැබැයි අපි ඒක narrow down කරලා චූටි එකකට cooking වල කොයි කොටසද කතා කරන්නේ කියන එක. So this paragraph describes cooking වල the skills required for cooking. Paragraph කතා කරන්නේ cooking වලට උයනන්න අපිට අවශ්‍ය වෙන skills මොනවද කියන එක. එතකොට අපේ controlling idea එක වෙන එක. එතකොට
Sachintana, can you hear me? Rishma, I was answering your question with regard to leaving space between sender's address and receiver's address. It's general knowledge, isn't it? If we have both addresses together, it's going to be a problem, neither. So you have to leave space between the receiver's address and the sender's address. Okay, and the date comes in between those two addresses, if I haven't mistaken. Okay, so one student had asked about the paragraph writing activity. Now I have the paragraphs with me. Shall we discuss the activity now? Is it okay? So I will speak to Miss Vishwara and let you know how you can get the manual if you haven't received the manual yet. Okay, students? So let me share my screen. In the meantime, if you have any problems, please feel free to disturb me. Students, can you see the screen? Okay. So now this is the paragraph that was sent to me. Give me a second, students. So this is the paragraph that was written by these three students. Now, I want you to let me know what do you think about these paragraphs based on your knowledge with regard to the paragraph writing lessons that we did. Okay, I think this would be more useful than me repeating the lessons once again. Okay, what do you think about the first sentence of this paragraph? When I look at this paragraph, when I look at the first sentence, what I felt was that this is a definition on what global warming is. Man, it's quite confusing. Put up a topic using topic sentence. No, students, you are thinking too much. Okay, me da hitana වැඩි ළමයි. This is not a difficult task. හරිද? The topic sentence. For example, when I read the topic sentence of your paragraph, I must get the idea as to what is going to be. Yes. So even I feel that the second sentence is a topic sentence. Neither. Because when you write a paragraph, we don't have time to give a definition. We directly have to come to the point. Okay? If this was an essay, then I would accept the first sentence. So, essay writing we are going to teach you in our second semester. First, we want you to learn how to write a paragraph correctly. Okay? So, because we believe that if you are able to write a paragraph correctly, it will help you to move forward and write an essay correctly. If we first of all move on to explaining you how to write an essay correctly, then it's going to be too much. You just came to the university. So that's why we thought of first teaching you how to write a paragraph correctly. And yes, you know, the essay is the extended version. Essay consists of several paragraphs. The difference between a paragraph and essay is that essay has several paragraphs and it has an introductory paragraph and a concluding paragraph. So in an introductory paragraph, you can, introduce what global warming is and so on and so forth. But when it comes to paragraph writing, you directly have to go to the point. Okay. So it says there are many factors which affect global warming, which could be primarily categorized as human-made reasons and natural reasons. Okay. Now I want you to let me know. Now, if this is the topic sentence, right? What about the supporting sentences? Do they go with the topic sentence? දැන් මේක හැටියට පුතේ මෙතන මේ definition එකක් දීලා තියෙන්නේ global warming ගැන. හරිද? definitions වගේ දේවල් අපිට ලියන්න වෙලාවක් නැහැ paragraph එකකදී. හරිද? definitions එහෙම ලියන්න පුළුවන්. එසේ එකක් න paragraph එකකදී we directly have to start speaking of what we are going to write in the paragraph. So when I see the first sentence, I understand what this paragraph is going to be about. Okay? So if we take the second sentence as far as the topic sentence of this paragraph, it says there are many factors which affect global warming, which could be primarily categorized as human-made reasons and natural reasons. Then how should the next sentence be? Now put the definition liyanna velawak naha in a paragraph. That is what I'm trying to tell you, okay? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? The paragraph writing does not request for a concept neither. You have to write a topic sentence. You have to indicate with the first sentence and let us know what the paragraph is going to be about. It's simple as that. Okay, පුතේ දැන් මේක මම ගොඩක් බරපතල කරගෙන තියෙන්නේ ඔයාලා. Okay? So when I see, if, for example, if we take this as the as a topic sentence, but what if we combine first and second sentences? Would it be good or bad? Don't you think the sentence is going to be too long? And you are kind of wasting words as well. Okay, so definition, you can use a definition when you are writing an essay, but when you are writing a paragraph, you have to directly come to the point. That is what I'm trying to say, okay? So now when we look at this second sentence, it has directly come to the point. There are many factors which affect global warming, which could be primarily categorized as human-made reasons and natural reasons. Sorry. So when I see this sentence, I expect the next sentence to be how global warming happens through human-made reasons. Can you remember about the paragraph on gold? Gold is precious for two important characteristics, and they go on to explain the first one and they move on to the second one. So here, if we take this sentence as a topic sentence, then you must give your next sentence or the following sentences must tell how global warming has been made through human interference. Okay, and then the latter part you can talk about how natural reasons cause global warming. Okay, students, are you with me? Can you understand? Do you have any questions? So now this student has started, right? The student has started the next sentence by saying human activities such as deforestation, mining, and industrial pollution drive for adverse climatic change leading to global warming. The problem I see here is that you have, yes, what's the next message? Madam, according to this global warming para, can we recognize impact factors as supporting sentences? Can we recognize impact factors as supporting according to this? What do you think? Can we write about the impact of global warming when the topic sentence says that global warming has been created by human intervention and natural reasons? Can you include impact? Yes, it's difficult to include impact, right? Not that you can't, it's difficult to find the connection. Neither. What you have to do is you have to say how global warming happens due to human activities, how global warming happens to natural activities, and then you conclude the paragraph. Okay, so now I'm not so I don't want, okay, madam, can you tell the structure of this para? I don't want you to tell the structure. I don't want to tell you the, okay, can you explain in Sinhala? Of course I can. Then පුතේ මේකයි. Then me ඔය ළමයි ලියපු paragraph. I really appreciate your hard work. Okay, students. So thank you for all the students who did this activity. Then global warming කියන paragraph එක ලියන්න කිව්වම පුතේ අපිට definitions ලියන්න වෙලාවක් නැහැ paragraph එකකදී. අපි කෙලින්ම point එකට යන්න ඕනේ. ඒකින්ද තමයි ළමයි කිව්වේ මේ paragraph එකේ හැටියට දෙවෙනි sentence එක වඩාත් හොඳයි topic sentence එක විදිහට අපි ගත්තොත්. මොකද ඒක කියවම අපිට කෙලින්ම තේරෙනවා හරි මේ ළමයා කියන්න යන්නේ global warming සිද්ධ වෙන්නේ මිනිස් ක්‍රියාකාරකම් නිසා සහ ස්වභාවික ක්‍රියාකාරකම් නිසා කියලා. තේරුණාද? ඒ වගේ මේ ළමයා ඊළඟ එකේදී කියලා තියෙනවා okay human activities such as deforestation කියලා. ඒ ළමයා ඔන්න human activities ටික කියනවා. Okay, so this paragraph would have been better if you added an example. Neither. No, you cannot put the topic sentence in the middle of the paragraph. The topic sentence is the first sentence. You can put the topic sentence. The topic sentence should come in the as the first sentence. Hari neda? I cannot tell you a word limit, okay? This question is, what is usual word limit for para writing? I cannot tell you an exact word limit, but to practice, we normally ask you to write a paragraph of 150 to 200 words. Okay, but that is not the limit of a paragraph. Depending how much you want to say, it changes, right? So the student has said human activities such as deforestation, mining, and industrial pollution drive for adverse climatic change leading to global warming. So this is okay, okay, but don't you think that it would have been better if you gave an example, like in which country it happened? For an example, in America, this happened like this, you know. Some kind of a statistics, if you can include it would look nice. Okay, and so now from here the student has gone to explain the next point. Neda එතෙන්ටත් so එතෙන්ටත් අර list එකක් තමයි තියෙන්නේ. There's a list. So instead of giving a list, if you can give of course these are also good. It would be much better if you can give an example as well, right? And now as students ask, Can we include this point? If no action is taken, global warming would lead to many harmful consequences. Can we include this point? Yes, that's what I'm trying to tell you, okay? We can't include everything. Then it's going to be like a fruit salad. We don't know what is there and we don't know what is not there. Oh, देखिए. Yes, do you have a question? What comes as the conclusion? The conclusion can be two things. The conclusion can either be the topic sentence worded in different ways, or else the conclusion would be the main points of this paragraph summarized. That is what a conclusion can be. Okay? So now here the student have included a good point. I like this point. According to the recent global warming statistics, the future appear to be bleak. But the problem is, to which point are you going to connect this? Neither. Are you going to connect it to human reasons or are you going to connect it to the natural reasons? Okay, so that's what I'm trying to tell you. When you write paragraphs, you have to think about these things, okay? So students, do you have any more questions with regard to this paragraph? Can I move on to the next one? Or do you have anything to say about this paragraph? Okay, then I'm going to move on to the next paragraph. I accept whatever you have to say, okay? I won't say that what I'm saying is 100% correct. If you want to argue with regard to the point, it's totally fine, okay? So this is another paragraph. What do you think of the first sentence? Can the first sentence be taken as a topic sentence? Yes, it's also the same as the previous name. So these are mistakes that you will do. As I said before, if it was an essay, this is totally fine. But since it's a paragraph, We have to directly go to the point. What am I going to write in this paragraph? මොනවද මේ paragraph එකේ ලියන්නේ කියන එක පළවෙනි වාක්‍යයෙන්ම සඳහන් කරන්න. දැන් මෙතන තියෙන්නේ definition එකක් global warming කියලා නේද? අපිට definitions එහෙම ලියන්න පුළුවන් පුතේ මේක essay එකක් වුණා නම්. හරිද? What about the rest of the sentences? What do you think about them? Make amaru na. This is not difficult, but it requires a lot of practice and a lot of reading, right? Yes, Dinuka, as you have said, it's a little difficult for me also to find the topic sentence. There's a definition given about greenhouse gases as well. So, is it needed? Do we need it? What about this point? Global warming has numerous terrifying implications that might have a negative impact on human life. Global warming has numerous terrible implications that might have a negative impact on human life. Can't we take this as a topic sentence? Yes, that's what. So can you see? Can you please mute your mic, students? If you don't have any questions, can you please mute your mics? And now here, from this sentence, with this in mind, it is preferable to begin taking actions to limit global warming. Can you see it's a mixture of everything neither? Do you agree with me? There's a definition on global warming. There's a definition on greenhouse. Then it talks about tragedies that individuals or human beings may have to face. Then it talks about the steps that we can take to prevent global warming. Can we include all these in one paragraph? මේකේ පුතේ global warming ගැන definition එකක් දෙනවා, greenhouse gases ගැන definition එකක් දෙනවා. එතකොට මේ ඛේදවාචකයේ හින්දා මිනිස්සුන්ට වෙන කරදර ගැන කියනවා. ඊට පස්සේ කියනවා අපිට ගන්න පුළුවන් පියවර, ඒවා වළක්වා ගන්න පුළුවන් පියවර. මේ ඔක්කොම එක paragraph එකක ලියන්න පුළුවන්ද? හරියටම paragraph එක ලියන්නේ කොහොමද? අපේ lectures බැලුවේ නැද්ද පුතේ? Okay, so now, madam, can you please tell us a correct format using an example? So didn't you watch our recordings? We have so many good paragraphs. They are given to you with the correct paragraph format. Okay, give me a second. I'll show you one. Can you see the screen? This is the paragraph that I gave you. Put the screen. Can you see the screen? Okay, so it says gold, the precious metal, is prized for two important characteristics. Neither. Then now it says gold, a precious metal, is prized for two important characteristics. So now what could I expect from this paragraph? It's going to be about gold, and that gold has two important characteristics. And then the writer moves on to explain the first one. First of all, gold has a lustrous beauty that is resistant to corrosion. Okay. Then he goes on to explain the point. Then there's an example given. Neither. Can you see? And then only they move on to the next point. Yes, madam, we can write about one point in a para. Yes, that is what you have to do. Now here, for example, if we take gold precious metal is prized for two important characteristics. So in the topic sentence itself, it says that it's important for two important characteristics. So the paragraph will be explaining two important points. Paragraph එකක පුතේ අපිට එක කරුණක් ගැන කියන්නත් පුළුවන් කරුණු දෙකක් ගැන කියන්නත් පුළුවන්. දැන් මේක දැක්කම අපිට තේරෙනවනේ නේද මේකේ කරුණු දෙකක් ගැන කියන. මොකද මේ topic sentence එකේම කියනවානේ gold precious metal is prized for two important characteristics. ඊට පස්සේ first of all කියලා පළවෙනි එක කියනවා. ඊට පස්සේ ඒක විස්තර කරනවා. ඊට පස්සේ ඒකට උදාහරණයක් ගේනවා. තේරුණාද? ඊට පස්සේ another important characteristic කියලා දෙවෙනි point එකට යනවා. තේරුණා නේද? දැන් මේකේ අහක දාන්න කියලා මට නම් එක වචනයක්වත් නැහැ. So and in the conclusion එකේ මොනවද අපිට කරන්න පුළුවන්? අපිට conclusion එකේ එක්ක topic sentence එක වෙනම විදිහකට ලියන්න පුළුවන්. topic sentence එක එහෙම පිටින්ම concluding sentence එකට ගන්න බෑ. වචන වෙනස් කරලා ඒ තේරුම සහිතව අපිට concluding sentence එකක් ලියන්න පුළුවන්. එහෙම නැත්නම් paragraph එකේ කතා වෙන ප්‍රධානම කරුණු දෙක අපිට concluding sentence එකේ සාරාංශ කරන්න පුළුවන්. ඒ දෙක තමයි අපිට කරන්න පුළුවන්. Okay, when we write a concluding sentence, we either can summarize the main important points that were discussed in the paragraph, or yes, we can look at the topic sentence and write a similar sentence as the conclusion. But of course, you cannot write the same sentence. You can use different words and all, and write a similar sentence. So they are connected, neither. Okay, shall we move on to our activity then? Supporting sentences. It is supporting sentences පුතේ. Then make it in a gold precious metal is prized for two important characters. අත්තරන් කියන දේ කරුණු දෙකක් සඳහා ප්‍රයෝජනවත් කියලා. ඊපස්සේ පළමුවෙන්ම කියලා රත්තරන් වල තියෙන අලංකාරය ගැන කියනවා. අලංකාරය අතින් ඒක ලස්සන රත්තරන් කියන්නේ හරි ලස්සනයිනේ. ඒ අතින් lustrous beauty that is resistant to corrosion. ඒ අතින් ඒකේ තියෙන වැදගත්කම ගැන කියනවා. හරිද? ඊට පස්සේ ඒකට උදාහරණයක් දෙනවා. තේරෙනවද? රත්තරන් වලට වෙන හානිය ගොඩක් අඩු වෙන ඒක ලස්සනයි වගේම රත්තරන් කියන දේ කල්පවතන මලකඩ කනවා වගේ දේවල් වෙන්නේ නැහනේ නේද? ඒ හන්දා රත්තරන් ඒ හන්දා ආභරණ සඳහා පාවිච්චි කරන්න පුළුවන්. හරිද? ඒකේ ලස්සනක් තියෙනවා කල්පැවැත්මක් තියෙනවා ඒ හන්දා ආභරණ සඳහා පාවිච්චි කරන්න පුළුවන්. කාසි වෙනුවට ගන්න පුළුවන්. එතකොට ornaments වගේ දේවල් හදන්න ගන්න පුළුවන් නේද? ඊට පස්සේ ඒකට හොඳ උදාහරණයක් දෙනවා. මෙසඩෝනියන් coin. මෙසඩෝනියන් කියන කාසිය ඒක මේට සතවර්ෂ 23කට කලින්ල හැදුවේ. ඒ අදටත් ඒ වගේම ඒකේ ලස්සන ඒ විදිහටම තියෙනවා. එතකොට අනිත් then we move on to the next point. Another important characteristic of gold is its usefulness to industry and science. Industry කියන එකට science වලට gold වල තියෙන ප්‍රයෝජන ගැන කියනවා. තේරුණාද? ඊට පස්සේ කියනවා කොහොමද ඉන්ඩස්ට්‍රි එකට ඒක පාවිච්චි කරේ කියලා. සයන්ස් වලට කොහොමද ඒක පාවිච්චි කරලා තියෙන්නේ මේ ගෝල්ඩ් රත්තරන් කියලා. හරිද? පොයින්ට් එකක් දීලා ඒක විස්තරාත්මකව කියනවා. උදාහරණ දෙනවා. Now students, what is the meaning of break? What is the meaning of that? What is the meaning of this? I'm not going to give you meanings, okay? You are university students. Okay, and you are the new generation. You belong to this technological era. Of course, you can Google and search for meanings, right? Okay, now let's move on to our past papers will be uploaded. Okay, I will let Miss Vishwara know that I will tell that you ask me for past papers. Okay, now I'm going to move on to the next point. I'm sorry, next paragraph. Can you give me your comments with regard to this paragraph? So there was no CPM number in this. Sorry. I like this topic sentence, okay? But the problem is, it's very short. It says global warming affects numerous sectors in the world like human and animal lives and nature. So how does this paragraph have to process? It has to talk about how global warming affects humans first of all. Then it has to talk about how global warming affects animals. And then thirdly, they have to move on and talk about nature. What do you think about this paragraph? What do you think about the linking words? Linking words ගැන මොකද හිතන්නේ? වැඩි වගේ හිතෙන්නේ නැද්ද? Don't you think there are too many linking words? First of all, apart from that, they are nice, okay? I like your linking words, but I just feel like they are a little too much the කියලා හිතෙනවා. As we told you, you don't need to use a linking word at the beginning of every sentence, neither. Appropriately, you have to use them. It's very good to link words by using linking words, but the problem is you don't have to use them at the beginning of every sentence. Now, the supporting sentences. Now, as it says, as the meaning of the word says, supporting sentences. So they should support the topic sentence. Are they supporting the topic sentence in an appropriate manner? I think they are supporting, But maybe a better organization. If you can organize the points a little more, I think it will be very, very good. There are a lot of important points here. If you can organize them a little more, I think even the concluding sentence it's a good sentence. Neither. According to those points of view, we can illustrate that global warming is a considerable threat to the whole world. So the student has summarized the topic sentence in rewritten the topic sentence in different words. Neither. There are a lot of important points. If they can be a little more organized, I think this can be taken as a good paragraph. You have to think about the connect, the linking words or the cohesive devices. Do we need to add them at the beginning of every sentence? Okay. And I said 150 to 200 words. I don't think there's about 150 to 200 words here. Okay, I'm going to move to the next paragraph. Global warming is a devastating issue that causes many impacts to the whole community. Whole community, what do you think? Yes, Tinuka, I think you are correct. The whole community kiyanatu, whole world would have been a better world. I feel community is where the problem is. Global warming is a devastation issue that causes many impacts to the whole world. But then again, can you write about the whole world within one paragraph? It's too broad. I feel that it's too broad. Maybe how global warming affects human lives. Or the effect of global warming on natural environment. Neither. We have to divide. How would you divide it? I like these points though, right? I like the supporting sentences. Global warming can be affected to the lives of human and animals, can affect the lives of human and animals. The sectors that affect global warming. The global warming can affect the lives of humans and animals. So then you will have to talk about humans and then talk about animals. Neither. But I like these points. During the 20th century, it was risen on average. So there's good evidence, né? The good supporting points with 1.7 millimeters a year. So those are very good points if you can add. Especially now, these are general topics. When it comes to subject wise, right? For example, if you're writing about human resource management, if you're writing about information technology, you can give good examples, good evidence, né? That you can include good supporting points, supporting sentences. Look at this sentence. Not only that, the level of sea is going up, but also the temperature of oceans is increasing. It is an obvious threat to the people living low lying coastal regions. So the student had given a point and explained it with examples. So there are very good supporting sentences. But maybe the wording of the first sentence should be changed. But when I look at these students' supporting sentences, I think, as Danuka said, right? What did Danuka say? Danuka said that Dinuka, ne? So I think the supporting sentences would even support if the topic sentence was written as global warming is a devastation issue that caused many impacts to the whole world. So because it talks about the carbon dioxide, the rising of sea levels, how it affects agriculture, how global warming causes droughts and floods, they are good points, but they have to be explained more in detail. For example, if you can say which country was affected by droughts due to the global warming. Okay, students. If the greenhouse gas emissions continuously increase, the whole planet will be in a huge endangerment. I think this sentence better be worded in a more appropriate manner. Since the paragraph is about global warming, okay, so this paragraph, there are many changes to the climate through global warming. There are many changes to the climate through global warming. So it's about global warming and how it affects the climate. Neither. And here the student goes on to talk about the planet. What do you think about this paragraph, students? Okay. Why do you say it's a good paragraph? Can you give me a reason as to why you think it's a good paragraph? Properly arranged. So because of that, you think it's a good paragraph. Okay. What do you think about the last sentence of this paragraph? Can this be taken as a concluding sentence? If you think no, why do you say no? As I said before, what can a concluding sentence do? Yes, it's out of the above facts, so that's why you think the concluding sentence has to be changed, right? But if your next paragraph is going to be about this, it's okay because there will be a connection with the next paragraph. But the thing is, we are asking you to write one paragraph. We don't ask you to write several paragraphs. We want you to learn how to write a well-organized paragraph. Okay, this is by this group students. What has happened in this? So what do you think about the first sentence? Yes, one thing is it's too long. The sentence is too long. And what is the other point? Isn't it a definition? Yes, it's a definition, isn't it? It should be a topic sentence. It should have a topic and a controlling idea, like in the paragraph I showed you about goal. නේද පුතේ දැන් මේකත් definition එකක් වගේ නේද? සහ වාක්‍ය ගොඩාක් දිගයි නේද? topic sentence එක දැක්කම අපිට තේරුම් ගන්න ඕනේ paragraph එකේ ඉතුරු වාක්‍ය මොනවද කියලා. දැන් මෙතන definition එකක් නේ definition එකකින් paragraph සාමාන්‍යයෙන් පටන් ගන්න නැහැ. essay එකක introduction එකකට වගේ නම් අපි definition එකක් දානවා. So it starts with the definition, and then it ends by saying the steps that can be taken to prevent global warming. So as I said before, these are very good paragraphs. Okay, the thing is you need to organize points better. මේ paragraphs ගොඩක් හොඳයි ළමයි. ඒත් අර කරුණු මීට වඩා හොඳට සංවිධානාත්මකව ලියන්න ඕනේ. The topic sentence එක නම් ගොඩක් දෙනෙක් මට හිතෙනවා වරද්දගෙන කියලා. ගොඩක් දෙනෙක් topic sentence එක වෙනුවට දීලා තියෙන්නේ මේ definition එක. topic sentence එකට අනුව ඊතුරු වාක්‍ය ටික ගොඩනගන්න තියෙන. ඒ වගේ හරි සරල කාරණයක් කරන්න තියෙන්නේ. දැන් උදාහරණයක් වශයෙන් අම්මා ගැන නම් පැරග්‍රාෆ් එක පටන් ගන්නෙ. අම්මා ගැන තමයි පැරග්‍රාෆ් එක සම්පූර්ණයෙන්ම තියෙන්න ඕනේ. තේරුණාද? There are good examples, madam. Where can we get good examples? So, of course, you have to refer to academically accepted material, right? We wouldn't recommend Wikipedia. Wikipedia is not recommended at the university. So your lecturers give you certain books. Sometimes they recommend books. From those books, you can get good examples. Sometimes your lecturers recommend good websites, right? So like Jester, for example, you have access to Jester as far as I know. Jester is a very good website, a recommended website where you can find loads of journal articles. The thing is they are very standard, so you might find it a little difficult at the beginning, but later on, once you get used to it, you will realize how good those paragraphs, those articles are, and how good points you can gather from those to your writings. Normally, lecturers towards the end of their slides, they include a reference list. So if you refer to that reference list, that is where you can find the best books for your writings. So material හොයාගන්නේ කොහෙන්ද කියලා තමයි අහලා තිබුණේ. ඉතින් පුතේ මේ just කියන site එකේ ඔයාලටත් access තියෙනවා මම දන්න තරමින්. ඒකේ හොඳ articles තියෙනවා. පටන් ගන්නකොට ටිකක් සංකීර්ණයි කියලා හිතේ ඒ වුණාට ඒ just වගේ එකකට හුරු වෙන එක හොඳයි. Wikipedia වගේ දෙයක් prefer කරන්න නැතුව. මොකද Wikipedia එකෙන් ගන්න කරුණු campus එකේදී අපි මේ approve කරන්නේ නැහැ. හරි එතකොට දැන් ඔයාලගේ lecturers ලා පොත් එහෙම දෙනවනේ මේ පොත කියවන්න මේ පොත කියවන්න එහෙම කියන අතර සම්පූර්ණ පොත කියවන්න කියනවා නෙවෙයිනේ ඔයාලට අදාළ කරුණු ටික ඔයාලා බලලා ඒ පොත් වලින් ගන්න පුළුවන් Jester JSTOR I recently spoke to the library and that lady told me that students do have access to Jester. Okay, so you better find out from the library. I think they will be able to help you. OS refer to books recommended by your lecturers. Now, when you go to the library, there are so many books and you might wonder which book you should choose. Neither. So maybe if there's a particular book recommended by your lecturer, then that is a good book for you to refer to. No need to define houses in that paragraph. You mean greenhouses, the greenhouse gases, the okay, yes, that's true. As I said before, we don't have time to give definitions. We have to directly go to the point. Now the paragraph that I showed you, there are no definitions in that. Okay. Okay, so it's the same mistakes, the same mistakes done by the previous paragraphs as well. So it's a mixture of everything, but there are very good points as well. So you have to read very carefully, go through them and see which point you want to take away, which points you should leave in the paragraph. Neither. Maybe if you read a little more, you will understand that certain points are not going with your paragraph, and of course that the topic sentence have to be changed, because when I read this topic sentence, I don't know what to expect from the paragraph. Person books, what do you mean by person books? Pearson, I think Pearson is also good. Yes, Pearson is also good. So again, global warming refers to climate change that causes an increase in the average. And you see the same mistake is happening neither. Yes, Pearson is also good if you want to refer to books. Now here see climate change also alters the life cycles of plants and animals. For example, as temperature get warmer, many plants are starting to grow and bloom earlier in the spring and survive longer into the fall. Yes, so see, there are very good points. It's just that there's a problem with the organization. And sometimes the certain points that you have included in your paragraph don't go with the topic sentence or don't go with the main idea of the paragraph, right? Global warming is one of a major concern in all over the world. It means gradual increase of overall temperature of the atmosphere. So the second sentence is not needed. It talks about natural disasters. Third sentence can be taken as topic sentence. There are various ways taking place of global warming. Yes, the wording has to change, of course, but this can be taken either. There are various ways taking place of global warming. That is not a correct sentence, but there's a good point in that. If we change the wording of this sentence, it can be taken as the topic sentence. Because the next sentence is like examples, neither. But there are various ways taking place of global warming. You talk about the ways that global warming happen. And can you talk about the consequences as well? it says about how various ways taking place, and then it talks about the consequences of global warming, how it affects humans, how it affects the temperature. Okay, I wanted to move on to this paragraph. What do you think about this paragraph? Now, this is a mistake that students had done in the exams as well. We asked them to write a paragraph and they write several paragraphs. Yes, it's like an essay. It only needs an introductory paragraph and then it would be complete. Okay, students, so we ask you to write a paragraph, one whole paragraph, not several paragraphs. Now this is as you pointed out, it's an essay. You have given a definition, and then you have spoken about the definition. Then you move on to talk about there are so many negative results of global warming, right? Thus we see that global warming is so, and then the student had come to the conclusion as well. So what I ask you to write is one paragraph, not several paragraphs, because I want to see how well you are able to join points, connect ideas, and write one good, well-organized paragraph. Right, students? Global warming is a major issue in the current world. Global warming can happen in many ways. Either this sentence or this sentence would do. You don't need to include both these sentences. Then again, the main reason for global warming is industrial activities. So if if this is the next sentence, then this particular sentence can be taken out. Neither. We don't need this sentence. Global warming is a major issue in the current world. We don't need that sentence. You can start by saying global warming can happen in many ways. The main reason for global warming is industrial activities, such as burning fossil fuels like coal and so on and so forth. Now here the student had said thirdly, but where is firstly and secondly? Okay, we have the main reason. Can you see now, normally when we write thirdly, we normally write firstly, secondly, thirdly. That is how we normally build up our points. So here once again, global warming is defined as a long term. Once again, you have given a definition. Neither. So we cannot take this as a topic sentence. Man has been plundering natural resources without providing anything in return to the environment. This must be stopped, and we must all work together to make the globe a better place for future generations. And then again, the student goes on to talk about global warming is primarily caused by the burning of excess fossil fuels. When there aren't, can we use this word in academic writing? Normally, we do not use the abbreviations. Okay. If you are speaking, it's okay, but in writing, we normally don't accept abbreviations. Steps we can take to control global warming. What do you think about that sentence? And steps we can take to control global warming. Is that a complete sentence? And then in this, what do you think about the second sentence? It's a topic, ne? It's not a topic sentence, it's a topic. So there's a difference between a topic and a topic sentence. And in the second sentence, it's a definition. So if you can avoid these mistakes that we discussed, and if you can organize your points in a better manner, think more about the topic sentence. What are the supporting sentence? Are the supporting sentences supporting the topic sentence? What about the concluding sentence? Is it actually concluding the paragraph? So those are things that you have to think, okay? So that's all I have to say, students. Do you have any questions? ප්‍රශ්න මොකුත් තියෙනවද පුතේ? නැත්නම් අපිට මේ අද මේ discussion එක නවත්තන්න පුළුවන්. Please go back and listen to the recordings. Go back and look at the slides that we have given to you. Okay? Can we write a new paragraph and send it to you, madam? I don't think I will have time because, as I told you, I gave you a week of time, and these are all the paragraphs that I received within this particular week. I don't think I will have time to check your paragraphs once again. So it's up to you, okay? You have to read a lot and you have to practice a lot. You have to write a lot of paragraphs, and then you will get hold of this. Okay, students, do you have any more questions? If you do not have questions, then we can end today's session. Thank you. Thank you, students, and good luck with your next assignment.